Hey everyone, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to the game Pokemon Gold. This is turn 25, I believe, where we are playing Cameron the Photographer, God of Cyanwood City. Let's jump into the turn. So, a couple things. We have completed Construction 5. Woohoo! That's a big deal for us. We can now do I think it's the Rock University or high school. Either way, it's a big deal. So, we've got nothing. There's a battle in Saffron City. Let's watch this. As Olivine is attacking Saffron with their super duper Steelixes. So, he's got these guys running around with flasks of holy water. There's been a whole lot of, in-between session, or in-between turn discussions between me and Saffron and a bunch of other people, right? This is a mod after all. We're trying to be open with some of our conversations. These things are crazy, right? They have, high base protection. I think it's 28, right? But this bless, right? Precision 3 is whatever. The fire resistance is nice. Natural protection 5 pushes them up to 32 protection, regeneration, and then heat aura. So they regenerate a crap ton of hit points, right? They have a bunch of protection. They're very hard to kill. They hit very hard. They cause fear. They're slash resistance and pierce resistant. Naturally 25 shock resistant. Naturally, basically shock and poison immune, right? With the fire resistance bless, that actually just makes them partially resistant to fire, right? 5 fire resistant. And then they are susceptible to cold by 5, okay? They come with the heat aura. They trample. They berserk, right? These things are intense. And to top it all off, they actually have 84 siege strength, right? Because they get a bonus 75. So these guys can actually sit on your forts and pop them. Because keep in mind, this is early age, and all of the forts, except for capitals, are basically primitive forts, right? So it doesn't take long, a couple turns at most, for one of these Steelix champions to actually pop a fort, okay? Super incredibly dangerous. They also are incredibly... That's just base, right? They are also incredibly powerful earth mages, okay? Which allows them to do a bunch of scary stuff early, or a bunch of interesting things early, and then quite a bit of scary and interesting things later, right? Like, these guys can basically just go around and earthquake spam with impunity, you know? That's a big deal. However, in the early game, they have one big weakness, and we're about to watch that. So, he actually casts Iron... Oh, here's the other thing, right? These things are crazy, have all those good stats, right? And they still have, like, a base 21 magic resistance. That's kind of insane. So, he casts Iron Will, just to make sure that if there's any Soul Slay spam going on or anything like that, that he makes that as difficult as possible. There isn't, there's just PD here. And then he comes, I'm just fast forwarding until we get to the good stuff. So he comes in, alright. Because he has cast Iron Will, he has incredibly high encumbrance because he is in a cold climate right now. But even when he doesn't have plus 10 encumbrance, right, he still has 5. So he actually fatigues decently. Oop. Oop. Killing things left and right. Okay. Routes the satyrs and is now moving towards the centaurs, right? Already has 86 fatigue. Boop, boop, boop. And now he is fatigued out, but the centaurs are unable to deal enough damage because of the crazy high protection, crazy high regeneration, right? Slash resistance, pierce resistance, right? These centaurs are unable to do enough damage to do anything while he is consistently fatiguing himself out. Okay? So, they rout, he wins, easy peasy. But that's a big flaw, right? Even not counting snowy weather, right? This is still going to be a method, right? Is basically fatiguing this guy out. And the thing about it is we deal blunt damage, right? Slash, pierce. I mean, we have other, but blunt damage is one of the things that we deal, which means we can actually hit him for the full amount that we're normally doing, which is competitive with his protection, which means we can chip him down and hopefully, in theory, fatigue him out and kill him. I don't know how well that's actually going to work, but yeah. So, unexpected event in Titan Steps. We got some nature gems, very nice, and we got some promotions. Let's go ahead and check what those promotions were. So, oh crap, I already moved things around. So, one of the things is, and I think I saw this last turn, right? We have this meteorite guard now. I'm suspicious that this came from a Charmander. There have been a bunch of these little bugs where things have been promoting into the wrong things. So I'm gonna start isolating all of my Charmanders, and cause like, see, when I select them, it doesn't actually select both of them. Like, they're counted as like different types of units. I don't know if they have different descriptions or what, right? But it doesn't select them both. So I'm gonna start isolating all of my shiny Charmanders over here with my Shield Abras, because, you know, it's no big deal. But as soon as these guys get close to their threshold, I'm going to try to keep an eye on them. I'm going to try to see what happens if they turn into meteorite guards or anything like that, because that's super weird. All right, so what am I doing? I think probably we're at turn 25. I'm probably going to start doing my turns beforehand and explaining them afterwards, because there's a lot more going on with micromanaging things. I'm having to manage my inventory, get all the Pokeballs out to everyone, get all the Owl Quills out to everyone, making sure we're forging all the right things, etc., etc. So I'm going to try to go around in sections, right, and describe what's going on and just generally talk about what our plans are, right? So the sections right now are going to be the Cyanwood City is going to be a section, right? Our northern front, right, is going to be a section, and then Viridian City is going to be a section. So let's start off with Viridian City. What's going on over here? Well, we're going back to entering sites, entering the Team Rocket lab to see what we can get, right? We got a bunch of random stuff last time. Very interested in everything there. And then we're patrolling with Decent Leader. We want to get our unrest down so we can actually benefit from all of this income in Viridian City. Very, very excited about that. We actually finally got a air random on one of our battle girls, so we're sending her out to start looking for air sites. And Vikasa is going to continue doing her site searching as well, right? And then generally speaking, we're just preaching and researching over here. Next turn, right? We have gotten it this turn. We got high school, right? Which is 8 experience per turn. Next turn, we're going to try to put a high school here. But we can't do it right now because a high school requires a level 3 Earth, and we do not have a level 3 Earth over here. So we're going to try to fix that. So what's up next? Next up, we have the northern front, right? So Kunal and the Impassable Mountains. Mostly what's going on here is normal stuff. So we are recruiting just Battle Girls and a Karateka, right? We're also recruiting a Karateka over here. Basically just trying to keep our mage production going. Our income is starting to flatten out. We are hoping that is going to change in the very near future. We'll discuss why here in just a second. We're also sneaking out our scouts to try to start figuring out the lay of the land. And we're preaching, patrolling, getting more research. We're patrolling again, right? Patrolling because we can't build a high school yet. Once we get a high school up in a turn or two, then we'll start. Like this is gonna get close, right? We are going to get to the point with at 8 experience, getting to Amphiroses is way more realistic. Like this is gonna start happening in the next 10 to 15 turns, right? More so if we are left alone and we are allowed to get up to universities, okay? So we'll see how that works, okay? That's basically what's happening in Kunal and the Impassable Mountains, okay? what's happening in Cyanwood City is really where all of the action is happening, okay? So the big thing that we're doing is Chuck has arrived, we are picking up an army, and we are moving out. Where are we moving? We are moving to Debrithia. What is our intention? Saffron City has called us in. We're gonna go take as much of Saffron City as we can from Olivine. So this is initially, right, like taking Griffin Rock or something like that is potentially maybe not gonna start a fight. But I'm not going to start there. I'm going to go for Saffron City. I'm going to try to take these provinces primarily, right? That's what I want. And if Olivine comes crying at me, big fucking whoop. I don't know that I really care, honestly. So that's just kind of the plan. So we'll see how that goes. What else are we doing? Oh, we're doing a couple of different things. We're doing our normal stuff where we're building a bunch of owl quills, pokeballs, quick balls, etc. But we're also casting Rock High School here. Okay, so we're going to be summoning a Rock High School this turn, so that we can start training with it. And then we are also forging some Earth Boots, and the Earth Boots are what's going to allow us to do this in other locations. So we'll be able to pass the Earth Boots around. Right, I don't want to do this consistently because Earth Boots are actually, let me check. Earth Boots are 10, right? So we're getting them at a cost of 6, so that's not too bad. We might do this once or twice, to not necessarily in the near future, right? But we will probably do this once or twice over the course of the game to get a couple more pairs of boots to be able to pass around freely, and that will give us access to Rock High Schools. So we'll put one here in Viridian City next turn, probably one in Impassable Mountains the turn after, rinse, repeat, etc. So, and we'll go from there. Okay. What else is happening? Actually, not a whole bunch here. So we did just get this guy, the Karate King. We got better randoms than this one. Right, this one was the fire air that basically got us nothing. This one, at least, he got all 3 of his paths, so he did hit his 50%, and he got the rarest of the 50%, which is water. So these guys have just one little chance to get water, and that's 50% chance to even get a level, and then it's a 25% chance that it's going to be water, so pretty low chance. And this cross path actually isn't too bad, right? Fire, water gets us into some of the acid stuff, which may prove useful in the future. Not really super useful right now, but I'm at least not annoyed by it not being useful at all over here with fucking Karate King, yeah? So there's that. We're going to try with another Battle Girl X to get a water random, okay? And if we can, we might then start ramping out Machampion production. We have a pretty sizable pool of water gems. I might actually start... Can I do... Well, I mean, I know I can. It's just... Okay. Alright. So we might have to... Yeah, we have to wait till 6, because 6 is water bracelets, and 6 will allow us to start actually using other situations. Do I need to, like, stop and blitz a couple levels of Thaumaturge so I can do some remote site searching? I don't know. We're gonna try to get to 6 before we do anything else. I think Lightless Lantern spam is probably the key to our play here, basically. We'll see how that goes. What else are we doing? We're moving a couple of different leaders around to pick up Mareeps and take them where we need them. So we're moving out to pick up Mareeps here. We're taking Mareeps back to Impassable Mountains and Kunal. We have Vena over here actually site searching still. And I think that's mostly it, truth be told. We're going to move on Griffin Rock. I'm actually going to send a message to Ekrutik just to let them know, hey, there's going to be a big army on your border next turn, but it's not coming for you, so don't worry about it. And we're going to try to do what we can to take this land from Olivine, basically. And Olivine we have found, right? I thought Olivine was over here, but thanks to Fly Spy 1, we've realized Olivine is actually up over here. So that's why we're sending our Fly Spies up in this direction, is to try to pinpoint what's going on. There's supposed to be a big ass Saffron City army somewhere in here, right? That is trying to find the capital of Olivine and destroy it. Saffron is basically like, I can't win the raid game. I'm gonna make it a massive army and I'm gonna Zerg his capital and go from there. But he expects to lose. He's just trying to do as much damage as he can. So that's why he's kind of called me in. He's doing the whole like, I'd rather an ally come take my lands than an enemy. So that's what we're gonna try to do. All right, I think that will be the end of this episode, and I will see you all next time. Peace.